Picture this. You're the last operator standing in a 1v3 situation, heart pounding as the enemy is closing in. The adrenaline is surging, the clock is ticking, and every second counts. This isn't just about reflexes, it's about strategy, skill, and an intimate knowledge of the game. Each decision, each movement could be the difference between victory and defeat. But what if you could turn the tide? What if you could turn these moments of tension into triumphs? So how does one turn such dire situations into victories? The answer lies in improving your gameplay. First things first, mastering the basics. The foundation of every good player. Now, what do we mean by basics? We're talking about map knowledge, understanding operator abilities, and getting a good grip on the game mechanics. You see, Rainbow Six Siege isn't just about who has the fastest trigger finger, it's a game of strategy, of outsmarting your opponent, and to do that, you need to know your surroundings. That's where map knowledge comes in. The better you know the map, the better you can anticipate your enemy's movements and plan your strategy. Next, we have operator abilities. Each operator in Rainbow Six Siege has unique abilities that can turn the tide of a match. Understanding these abilities, how to use them, and when to use them is critical. Lastly, there's game mechanics. This is about understanding how the game works, from the physics to the bullet penetration to the way sound travels. Remember, knowledge is power. Never underestimate the power of the basics. Moving on to the next crucial element, strategy. A game of chess, only with guns and explosives. In the world of Rainbow Six Siege, strategy is not just an advantage, it's a necessity. You see, this game isn't just about who has the fastest trigger finger or the most powerful weapon. It's about who can outthink, outmaneuver, and outplay their opponents. When developing a strategy, remember that teamwork is key. Rainbow Six Siege is not a one-man show. You're part of a team, and your success depends on how well you can work together. So, collaborate, share information, coordinate your moves, and most importantly, trust each other. Speaking of sharing information, let's talk about communication. In Rainbow Six Siege, effective communication can mean the difference between a win or a loss. It's crucial to relay important details to your team, such as enemy locations, potential threats, and even your own plans. So, don't be shy. Use your microphone, or if you're not comfortable with that, use the ping system. Either way, make sure your team knows what's going on. Of course, even the best laid plans can go awry. That's where adaptability comes in. Your strategy should be flexible, able to change and evolve with the situation. If a plan isn't working, don't be afraid to switch things up. Remember, in Rainbow Six Siege, being rigid can be fatal. Now let's not forget about operator abilities. These unique skills can offer a significant strategic advantage if used correctly. Whether it's breaching walls, deploying drones, or healing teammates, each operator has something unique to offer. So, learn these abilities, understand how they can fit into your strategy, and use them to your advantage. In a game like Rainbow Six Siege, a well-executed strategy can often be the difference between victory and defeat. So arm yourself with a plan, embrace teamwork, communicate effectively, stay adaptable, and exploit your operator abilities. After all, in this high-stakes game of chess, every move matters. Now, let's talk about aim and reflexes, the bread and butter of any FPS game. Aiming, in essence, is the ability to hit what you're pointing at, while reflexes allow you to respond quickly to sudden changes in the game environment. In Rainbow Six Siege, these skills can mean the difference between a triumphant victory and a crushing defeat. So, how do you hone your aim and reflexes? First off, get comfortable with your mouse or controller. Adjust the sensitivity to suit your playstyle. If you're overshooting your targets, your sensitivity might be too high. Conversely, if you can't keep up with the fast-paced action, it might be too low. Experiment until you find the sweet spot. Next, practice in training modes. Rainbow Six Siege offers a variety of training scenarios that simulate real game situations. Use these to familiarize yourself with different weapons and their recoil patterns. Remember, each gun in Siege behaves differently, so don't rush. Take your time to understand each weapon's quirks. But here's the kicker. Aim and reflexes aren't solely about physical skills. They're also about mental agility. You need to stay calm and focused, even in the most nerve-wracking situations. When you're under fire, panicking will only lead to erratic movements and missed shots. So breathe. Visualize your moves, trust your instincts, and remember, you're not alone on the battlefield. Communicate with your team. Coordinate your attacks. Use your environment to your advantage. These strategies can often compensate for any deficiencies in aim and reflexes. Finally, remember that improvement doesn't happen overnight, it's a gradual process. Don't get discouraged if you don't see immediate results. Keep practicing, keep adjusting, and most importantly, keep playing. In the end, it's not about being the best. It's about being better than you were yesterday. And the only way to do that is through consistent practice and a willingness to learn. With consistent practice, your aim and reflexes will become second nature, giving you the edge in any firefight. Let's quickly recap what we've covered today. Our journey through the thrilling world of Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege started with mastering the fundamentals. Remember, it's those core mechanics, understanding the game's unique mechanics, learning to navigate maps, and communicating effectively with your team, that set the foundation for your success in the game. Then, we delved into the art of strategy. We talked about how critical it is to develop effective strategies in Siege. It's more than just a shooter, it's a game of chess with guns. Being able to anticipate your enemy's moves, coordinate with your team, and adjust your plan on the fly can mean the difference between victory and defeat. We also took a deep dive into how to perfect your aim and reflexes. This is where the rubber meets the road. Your ability to quickly and accurately respond to threats can turn the tide of a match in an instant. It's about precision, timing, and of course, practice. So, there you have it, the basics, strategy, and reflexes. 3 pillars to help you excel in Rainbow Six Siege. But remember, these tips are just the beginning. They're a launching pad for your own growth and improvement in the game. Improvement doesn't come overnight, but with patience, practice, and the right mindset, you can elevate your Rainbow Six Siege gameplay to new heights. Good luck, operators!